Hello dear friends, myself Professor D.G. Trivedi going to take your digital electronics lecture number 3. This is related with the Boolean algebra and logic gate. Paper is EL 2501, unit number I think 4. So this is a third lecture in our series. We have already studied about the Boolean laws and theorem, and then we have studied about the De Morgan's theorem. And this Boolean algebra is one of the way to simplify the Boolean expressions. And then from that we can implement a logic circuit using gates and flip-flops. And that is going to be a little easier, or the hardware count that is going to be easier. The circuit will be simple. So now we are going to study that simplification of Boolean expression. Simplification of the Boolean expression can be done in any of the following method. That is, either algebraic simplification is there, that is using the Boolean laws and theorem which we have studied, or we can utilize the second method which is known as a Carnot map method, or there is a third method is there, Quinn-McCloskey method is from there. So here we are going to study here, actually there are two methods is going to be there. That is algebraic method, that we are going to utilize the Boolean laws and theorem and De Morgan's theorem to simplify a complicated or a very large Boolean expression into simple Boolean expression. And from that we will implement this Boolean expression into suitable digital circuit. So we start with 3.7, simplification of Boolean expression. The design of digital system is nothing but to determine the Boolean expression from a given information and to implement the Boolean expression by using a suitable digital components. So our intention or our goal or our motto is like this: to design a digital system, or to design a digital system we first determine a Boolean expression, and from a Boolean expression and given information, maybe to table etc., we will be preparing or implement the logic circuit corresponding to it using gates and flip-flops, that is combinational logic circuits and sequential logic circuit elements. To reduce the requirements of hardware, it is necessary to simplify the Boolean expression. Boolean expression can be simplified using either of these three ways. The first one is algebraic simplification, the second one is Carnot map method, or the third one is Quinn-McCloskey method is going to be there. So here in a 3.71 we are going to study about the algebraic method to simplify a Boolean expression. The algebraic method is one of the simplest method to simplify the Boolean expression. In this method, the Boolean theorems are used to simplify the Boolean expression. That means Boolean laws and theorem which we have studied for OR operation, AND operation, De Morgan's theorem, then normal laws, commutative law, associative law, distributive law, etc. we can utilize to simplify a Boolean expression, and we get the simpler Boolean expression. The drawback of this method is that there is no way to distinguish whether the simplified expression is in its simplest form or not. It can be simplified it further. For example, so only one of the drawback of this method is this: by this method we can obtain a different type of the simpler equations. But whatever the simpler equation we have obtained, is it the simplest one or not, that we cannot say, or this equation can be simplified further, or that also is not to be sure. So that is only the drawback of this algebraic method to simplify a complicated Boolean expression. So we are starting with some example. Consider that output of a logic circuit or system Y is a function of three Boolean variables A, B, C, and that is given in terms of this equation and logic circuit. That is y is a function of ABC, that is equal to AB plus AB bar dot inside the bracket A bar or C bar. This can be utilized the distributive law, and we can write this is equal to AB plus AB bar, A bar plus AB bar, C bar will be there. And we know that any variable and with its complement results 0. A dot A bar is equal to 0. So the middle term is going to be 0. So that will be drop out. And that is equal to AB plus AB bar C bar. So if you consider that logic circuit corresponding to this equations, that is going to be this. For this equations, you can have this kind of logic circuit. One of the input is going to be A and B for the AND gate. For another AND gate, there will be three inputs. A, B bar and C bar is required. This gate is now not required. That means circuit becomes simpler. Only two gates will be, output will be there, and they are going to be OR with the two inputs OR gate. So here also the OR gate is reduced from 3 input to the 2 inputs. That means the number of inputs of the gate is also reduced, and number of gate is also going to be reduced, and that way for hardware count the circuit becomes more simpler. This is the advantage of simplifying a complicated Boolean expression. For this circuit, we can obtain a Boolean expression also. What is the output of this circuit? A dot B, because this is an AND operation. This all the three are going to be AND operations. So Y1 is equal to A dot B will be there. Y2 is equal to, that is output of the second gate, is going to be A B bar C, and Y3 is equal to A dot B will be there. And these are the inputs for this OR gate. So inputs to the OR gate is Y1, Y2 and Y3. So output Y is equal to Y1 or Y2 or Y3 will be there. The expression for a given logic circuit is Y is equal to Y1 or Y2 or Y3 will be there. Y1 is equal to AB, Y2 is equal to AB bar C, and Y3 is equal to AB. So Y is equal to AB or A bar B C or AB will be there. This AB and this AB, they are going to be repeating. So we can drop out one of them. So this is equal to AB plus AB bar C. And that way the circuit is going to be reduced. Next example, simplified the expression Y is a function of three variables A, B and D. That is equal to A bar or B into A or B or D whole bracket over dot D bar will be there. Using the distributive law, etc., D bar is going to be distributed over A, B and D. So the first bracket is going to be as it is, A bar plus B, that is the OR gate, which is having two inputs A bar and B. D bar is going to be multiplied with each variables. So A D bar, B D bar or D D bar will be there. And again any variable and with its complements results 0. So this term is going to be 0. That means this second bracket is going to be reduced like this, A D bar plus B D bar into A bar plus B. Again using the distributive law, we can say that A bar is going to be multiplied with A D bar, A is going to be multiplied with A bar D bar, that means A bar is multiplying with this one, and A bar is going to be multiplying with this one, that means A bar B D bar. Then now B is going to be multiplying with this one as well as this one. So AB D bar and BB D bar will be there. Now you know that this BB is equal to B itself, because two variables are going to be the same, you can replace by a single variable. That means A bar is going to be 0. That also you know that like this. So the first term is going to be drop out. Second term A bar B D bar or A B D bar or B D bar will be there. From these first two terms, B D bar is going to be common. Remains A bar or A. And A bar or A is equal to 1. Any variable or with its complements results 1. And 1 is going to be multiplied with BD bar is going to be BD bar. That means the variable itself. So this reduced to BD bar and this is going to be BD bar is going to be there. Again, both the gates are going to be similar. You can replace with a single gate, that is the BD bar. So corresponding to this, you require a complicated circuit. You require one OR gate circuit, which is having a two inputs. You require another OR gate circuit, which is also require three inputs. Then you require a 3-input AND gate, which is require output of this one is one of the input, output of this one is going to be one of the input, and this D bar is the third variable input will be there for the AND gate. Instead of that, you require only a single AND gate which is having a two inputs B and D bar. So you can see that the complicated circuit is going to be reduced into the simple circuit and it will perform the same operations or requirements. And that is the reasons using the algebraic method we can simplify a complicated Boolean expression to the simplified Boolean expression using Boolean laws and theorem, and that way from that simplified Boolean equation we can again draw the logic circuit, which is going to be simple logic circuit will be there corresponding to the same simple Boolean expression. Next example is given in terms of min terms. Example number 3.12. Simplified the following three variable expression using Boolean algebra. Now here it is given the output y is a function of ABC, that is given in terms of min terms, that is equal to sigma small m min terms 0, min terms 1, min terms 3, 4 and so on. That means this must we have to convert into the standard sum of product equations which we can obtain from this min terms. Each term must be min terms when all the variables are going to be there. This is the three variable truth table ABC, and hence we have to write the Boolean expression in terms of the three variables. The first min term is going to be M0. M0 corresponds to binary 0 0 0, and in a sum of product method 0 corresponds to the complement of the variable and 1 corresponds to the uncomplemented variables. So for 0 I will write A bar, for this 0 I will write B bar, and for this 0 I will write C bar. So A bar, B bar, C bar is the min terms, M0 will be there. Similarly for the min terms M1, that is equal to 0 0 1, and that means for this 0 we will be writing A bar, for this 0 I will be writing B bar, and for this one the variable C is going to be uncomplemented, so it is going to be C. So A bar, B bar, C is the min term M1. Similarly min term M3, that is equal to 0 1 1. So A bar, B, C. Min terms M4, that is going to be binary 1 0 0. For decimal equivalent of 4, you can say that binary is going to be 1 0 0, and corresponding to this variables we can write, for 1 it is going to be A, for this 0 it is going to be B bar, and for this 0 it is going to be C bar. M7, that is going to be 1 1 1, and corresponding to that we can write the min term is going to be ABC. Now sum of product equation, this is a standard sum of product equation. So y is a function of ABC, that is equal to A bar, B bar, C, that is the first min term. Then the second one A bar, B bar, C, that is going to be the second one. Third one is this, or A bar, B, C, or AB bar, C bar, or ABC. This is equal to, now from the first two I will find out A bar, B bar is going to be common, that is going to be common from these two terms. So A bar, B bar is taken outside, and C bar or C will be put inside the bracket. From this and this, BC will be common. So BC is going to be common. That means A bar or A will be remains inside the bracket. And this term as it is A, B bar, C bar will be there. You know that any variable or with its complements results 1. So this is equal to 1 multiplied by A bar B bar, that is equal to A bar B bar. Similarly here also A bar plus A is equal to 1 multiplied with the BC, that is equal to BC only. And this term as it is, that means we can say that this complicated or standard sum of product equation of so many terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms was there. That is going to be reduced into the 3 terms with less number of inputs of the gate. Next example is simplified the following 3 variable expression using Boolean algebra. Again the same way we can process for the sum of product method. Y is a function of ABC, that is equal to sigma small m inside the bracket 0 to 4, 6, these are the mean term is given. We can obtain first the standard sum of product equations and then we will utilize the Boolean laws and theorem to simplify it. The output Y is a summation of the mean terms M0, M2, M4 and M5. M0 is equal to 0, 0, 0. Corresponding to that, the mean term is going to be A bar, B bar, C bar. Again and again I am repeating, for a sum of product method, when there is a mean terms are going to be there, you have to consider for each 0, you have to consider that the variable is going to be complemented. And for each one, you have to consider that the variable has to be uncomplemented. That way, you can obtain this kind of mean terms or term for sum of product equation. M2 is equal to 0, 1, 0. That means A bar, B, C bar like this. M4 is equal to 1, 0, 0. That is equal to A, B bar, C bar. M6 is equal to 1, 1, 0. That is equal to A, B, C bar. Now we can write down the sum of product equation, standard sum of product equation. Y is a function of A, B, C 3 variables, that is equal to A bar, B bar, C bar or A bar, B, C bar or A, B bar, C bar or A, B, C bar by combining all these terms and taking the summation of this. Now we can simplify it here. For this term and this terms, first 2 terms, A bar, C bar is going to be common. You can see that here also A bar, C bar is there. Here also A bar, C bar is there. So they can be taken as a common outside the bracket. Remains B bar or B. Similarly here, A C bar is going to be common. Here A C bar is there. Here also in this term A C bar is there. Remains B bar or B. Any variable or with its complement result once, and that is going to be multiplied with this, that remains to be the same variable, that is going to be A bar C bar or A C bar. Again C bar is going to be common, that can be taken out inside the bracket, A bar or A will be there and that is equal to C bar will be there. So only one wire is required to connect from input to the output. Input will be the C bar and output will be the Y. So complicated circuit is going to be reduced to the simplest circuit using Boolean laws and theorems. Simplify the following 3 variable expression using Boolean algebra. Y is a function of ABC, that is equal to sigma m 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Here all the 8 mean terms are there. That means you can write for M0, 0, 0, 0, A bar, B bar, C bar, M1, 0, 0, 1, that is equal to A bar, B bar, C, M2, that is 0, 1, 0, A bar, B, C bar, M3, 0, 1, 1, A bar, B, C, M4, 1, 0, 0, that is equal to A, B bar, C bar, M5, 1, 0, 1, that is equal to A, B bar, C, M6, that is equal to 1, 1, 0, that is equal to A, B, C bar and M7, that is equal to 1, 1, 1, that is equal to ABC. Combining all these things, we get Boolean expression in a standard form, that is y is a function of ABC. All the 8 terms are written here. Now, from every first 2 terms, that means this term as well as this term, A bar B bar is going to be common, remains C bar plus C. From third and fourth term, A bar B is going to be common, C bar or C will be remains. For fifth and sixth terms, A B bar is going to be common, C bar plus C will be remains, and from the last 2 terms, that is 7 and 8, AB is going to be common, C bar or C. C bar or C is going to be 1, so that is going to be removed. So A bar B bar is going to be here, A bar B is going to be here, AB bar is here, and AB is going to be here. Again here we can take these 2 terms, and A bar is going to be common from these 2 terms, remains B bar or B inside the bracket. Here A is going to be common, again B bar plus B is going to be common. Any variable or with its complement results 1 multiplied with the variable is equal to that variable itself. So this is equal to A bar, or for this one it is going to be A. So A bar plus A, that is going to be 1. So the total equation is going to be reduced to the 1. Next one, we are going to see now that Boolean expression can be obtained using the max terms. That means product of sums method. Here the things will be complemented to the sum of product method that we are going to see here. Simplify the following 3 variable expression using the Boolean algebra. Output y is a function of 3 variables ABC, that is equal to capital Pi, capital M, which is the max terms. Max terms are nothing but 1, 3, 5 and 7. Now the solutions. Output y is a product of the max terms M1, M3, M5 and M7. How to obtain M1? M1 for 1 corresponds to the binary equivalent is going to be 0, 0, 1. Now here we are going to get a fundamental sum, and that means summation of the variables, and for each 0 the variable is going to be uncomplemented, and for 1 the variable is going to be complemented. So in a product of sums method or for max terms, for 0 corresponds to uncomplemented variable and for 1 corresponds to complemented variable, and sign will be the summation will be there. So for this 0 variable A will be there, or for second 0 again it is going to be the variable B will be there, and for third which is going to be 1, so corresponding to that the variable C is going to be complemented, that is going to be C bar will be there. So A or B or C bar is a max term corresponding to the M1. Similarly for M3 it is going to be 0, 1, 1 binary. So for 0 the variable A is going to be uncomplemented, so A, or for this one middle one variable B is going to be complemented, so B bar will be there, and for this one the variable C is complemented, so it is going to be C bar. So A or B bar or C bar is the max term corresponding to M3. Similarly for M5 the binary equivalent for phi is equal to 101. So this one corresponds to the complemented variable A bar. For 0 variable is going to be uncomplemented, that means B will be there, and for this one the variable C is going to be complemented, that is going to be C bar. And M7, that is 111, that is equal to A bar or B bar or C bar. So these are the 4 max terms which we are going to take the ending of this 4 max terms, that is nothing but product of sums equation, and it is a standard product of sums equations will be there. So this Boolean expression is a standard product of sums form which is written over here, y is a function of ABC, that is equal to A or B or C bar. Another one is A or B bar or C bar. Third one A bar or B or C bar, and the fourth one is A bar or B bar or C bar, and they are going to be ending with each other. That is a standard product of sums equation. Now using the Boolean-Lawes theorem, that means we can multiply first and second and third and fourth, and that way we can obtain the simplified Boolean expression like this one. And this process we can end up to this, and we'll find out the lastly that last equation y is a function of ABC is equal to A C bar plus C bar B. I am suggesting everybody of you to do this example perfectly. In this example, up to this it is okay, but then after there is some mistake actually in this example. So everybody is advised to solve by themselves, and that way you will learn that how to obtain the correct simplified Boolean expressions. Thank you very much, friend. Now we are going to learn the second method, and that second method is nothing but the Carnot map simplification. 3.72 is nothing but the Carnot map simplification. So using Carnot map also the complicated Boolean expression can be simplified. What was the drawback in a algebraic simplification? Algebraic simplification method was simple one of the simple method to simplify the Boolean expression. But whatever the simple equation we have obtained, is it the simplest form or not, that we cannot say, and it can be further simplified or not, that also we are not sure. That is the drawback of algebraic simplification method. But a Carnot map method is a graphical techniques, or it is a graphical method, and it utilizes to simplify the Boolean expression. It is a systematic method. Remember, it is a proper step-by-step simple simplification method. So systematic method for simplifying and manipulating Boolean expression. And this K-map method, it is also known shortly as a K-map method or Carnot map method, which is having number of cells. And this number of cells are depending upon the number of Boolean variables in the expressions. So if there are two variables are there, then total combinations will be 4. That means 2 raised to 2, that is equal to 4 cells will be there in this graphical method. If there are 3 variables, then 8 cells will be there. If there are 4 variables, then 2 raised to 4 is going to be 16 cells is there. And in the Boolean expression, if there are n number of variables are there, that means 2 raised to n cells are going to be exist. Normally, Carnot map method is possible for n number of Boolean variables. But as the number of Boolean variables are going to be increased, the circuit and this method is going to be more and more complicated, and it is going to be difficult. So normally up to the 6th variable, this Carnot map method is going to be utilized. More than 6 method, this method is going to be more and more difficult, and people are not preferring this method. So we are reading this one. The algebraic simplification method has a drawback that there is no easy way to tell whether the simplified expression is in the simplest form or it can be simplified further. This problem of algebraic simplification method is overcome in Carnot map or K-map simplification. K-map is a graphical technique to simplify the Boolean expressions. It provides a systematic method for simplifying and manipulating Boolean expression. K-map contains cells. The number of cells in the K-map depends upon the number of variables in the Boolean expression. Actually, the K-map can be used for any number of variables, but it is used only up to the 6 variables. Beyond 6 variables, it becomes very difficult. 2 variables map contains 4 cells, 3 variables map contains 8 cells, and 4 variable map contains 16 cells, and n variable maps contains 2 raised to n cells. Each row and each column of the map is assigned by the value zeros and 1 as shown in the figure 3.13. This is a 2 variable Carnot map. Variable A is going to be written here, that is on a horizontal directions. A will be having a two different values, either it is going to be 0 and it is going to be followed by 1. The variable B is written on the left side, and variable B is also having a 0 which is going to be followed by 1. So this is in the column, this is in the row, and combination of this one 0 0, then 0 1, then 1 0, and then 1 1. That means 4 cells are going to exist here. If there are 3 variable Carnot map is there, or Boolean expression which is having a 3 variables, the Carnot map can be represented like this. 2 variables will be taken on the horizontal directions, and 2 variables are there, they are going to be combined. So there are 4 combination of the 2 variables. A B will be there. A is going to be 0, B is going to be 0, A is going to be 0, B is going to be 1, A is going to be 1, B is going to be 1, and A is going to be 0 and B is going to be 0. That way the 4 different combination of A, B is written over here. For a variable C, the third variable, which can have two values 0 and 1, 0 is going to be followed by 1, and that way this 3 variable Carnot map can be represented like this. Similarly, if there are 4 variable Carnot map is there, 2 variables are taken on the horizontal directions and 2 variables CD is taken over a vertical direction. Again, the combination of the 2 variables is the same: 0 0, 0 1, 1 1 and 1 0. That is the combination for the AB variables will be there. Similarly, for the CD variables, that is going to be 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1 and 1 0 will be there. Now you will be questioning why it is going to be like this. Here only from when you are moving from one column to the another column, only one of the variable is changing at a time. That way the sequence of this variable is going to be adjusted here. So either you are moving from here to here or you are moving from here to here, only one of the variable is changing at a time. Not both the variables are changing at a time. That's why this way it is going to be arranged. After this, if I would have put 1 0, that means 0 is also changing to 1 and 1 is changing to 0. That means both the variables are changing. That's why it is not preferable, because in simplification it is not okay. Representation of the Carnot map. The logic functions can be represented by input and output conditions, which is known as a truth table. So the requirement of the digital system is represented in one of the method is a truth table, for which there is a input combinations, maximum number of input, all possible combination of the inputs of the variables will be there, and corresponding to that input combination what will be the output will be required, that is called the truth table. And that way the Boolean functions can be represented by the truth table. It can also be represented in the form of sum of product method, product forms or product of sums forms. So Boolean expression another way can be represented as a sum of product form or product of sums form. These Boolean functions can be simplified by using the Carnot map. Let us consider the structure of the K map. Each cell of the Carnot map is assigned a cell number. The cell number is calculated from the column and rows as shown in the figure 3.14. So accordingly, each cell is assigned a number depending upon its binary value. If I am writing that A and B, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, corresponding to that binary, decimal is going to be 0. A is equal to 0, B is going to be 1, that means 0 1, binary is going to be, decimal is going to be 1. A is equal to 1 for this column, B is equal to 0, that means 1 0, the decimal is going to be 2, and A is equal to 1, B is going to be 1, that means 1 1, that is decimal equivalent is going to be 3. That's way this is going to be 0, 1, 2 and 3, that cell number is going to be assigned. Similar thing for the 3 variables. Here we can say that A, B and C. The combination of this A, B, 0 0 and C is going to be 0, that means this cell. and that is equal to 0. Now AB for this column and C is going to be 1. So 0, 0, 1 that corresponds to 1. Next column 0, 1 then 0. So 0, 1, 0 that corresponds to 2 and 0, 1, 1 that corresponds to 3. For this column 1, 0 and this 0 that is going to be 1, 0, 0 that corresponds to decimal 4 and 1, 0, 1 that corresponds to decimal 5. For this column 1, 1 then 0 that is going to be decimal 6 and 1, 1, 1 that corresponds to decimal 7. So this way the cell are going to be assigned 0, 1, 2, 3, remember here 4, 5 and 6, 7 like this way. Similarly, for 4 variable Carnot map cell numbers are assigned like this one 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 that is going to be 1, 0, 0, 1, 0 that is going to be 2 and 0, 0, 1, 1 that is going to be 3. So here the cell are going to be assigned and you have to remember the cell positions 0, 1, 2 and 3. So when the third column is there or row is there, you have to jump. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Third column, you have to jump to the fourth one. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is the representation of 4 variable Carnot map with the cell numbers. Now representation of the truth table on a Carnot map. So we are going to study now the 3 type of the representation, either the truth table representation on the Carnot map, the sum of product equation into the Carnot map and product of sums equation into the Carnot map. The first thing is representation of the truth table onto Carnot map. The truth table defines how the inputs and outputs are going to be related. Inputs and outputs are either logic 1 or logic zeros. The representation of the truth table in the Carnot map makes the output state of the digital system in the cells of the Carnot map corresponding to the input conditions. So A and B is the variable which is the input variable of the truth table. They are going to be represented either horizontal row or vertical row like this way. And for each cell, for each of their combinations, what is the output is there, that is going to be represented in the cell position. So this way the truth table defines how the input and output are related. The inputs and output are either logic 0 or 1. The representation of the truth table in a Carnot map makes the output state of digital system in the cell. That means output state of the digital system is represented inside the cell here like this way. A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. Corresponding to that intersection is this cell where output is required to be 0. A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1. A is equal to 0, that means this column, and B is equal to 1. So this column intersection here, what output is required? Output should be 1. So it is placed here 1. 1, 0 position. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0. Output is required to be 1. And A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1, output required to be 1. So that is placed over here. So this way the truth table is going to be represented into the Carnot map. The truth table for the 3 variables digital system is given in table 3.8 and Carnot map representation is shown in a figure 3.60. There are 3 variables A, B and C. So 2 raised to 3, that is 8 different combination of the 3 variables is possible. So input combinations are going to be from 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, 1 will be there. Corresponding to this different input combinations, the requirement of the output is mentioned over here. Why? You require for this combination 0, then 1, then 1, then 0, then 1, then 0, 0, 1. So for 3 variables Carnot map, AB is going to be like this 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0 combinations, and for the variable C, 0 is going to be followed by 1. This is the location 0. So you can see that 0 is mentioned here, then 1 is going to be mentioned here, then another one is mentioned over here, location 2, then location 3, 0 is going to be mentioned here, then location 5, 4, sorry, this is going to be mentioned 1, and location 5 is going to be 0, then location 6 is going to be 0, and location 7 is going to be 0. That means truth table is represented into the Carnot map like this. Cell is positioning the value of output corresponding to the input combinations. Similarly, this is the truth table for 4 variable combinations, and that 4 variable ABCD is there. So 2 raised to 4, 16 combination is there. So mainly remember that 0000 to 111, this is the different 16 combination. Corresponding to that, you are having a different value of output requirements like this. This has to be mentioned into the Carnot map of 4 variables. AB is on horizontal directions and CD on a vertical directions. Their combinations are going to be 00, 01, 11 and 10. Similarly here also 00, 01, 11 and 10. You can put like this one 10, 10, then this one will be here by jumping the third row, and then 0 will be here. So this is the location 0, 1, 2 and 3. Location 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. That way the output is represented over here. So this way the first method, that is the truth table, is represented into the Carnot map for 2 variables, 3 variables and 4 variables. Dear friends, you should know how to prepare a truth table for 2 variables, 3 variables and 4 variables for input combination. Output can be anything. Now the another method is representation of the sum of product equations into the Carnot map. Boolean expression in the sum of product may or may not be in the standard form. First, the expression is converted into the standard form, standard sum of product equation, and then ones are marked for each cell corresponding to the mean terms of the expression, and remaining cells are filled with the zeros. So, if you are given a sum of product equation, that sum of product equation may or may not be in the standard sum of product equation form. So first you have to convert into the standard sum of product equation. Then you can write down in terms of the mean terms. And for each mean terms in a Carnot map, you can represent 1, and remaining space you can fill with the zeros. We will start with the example like this. Y is a function of ABC, that is equal to AB or BC bar or A bar B, B bar C. You can see that here y is a function of 3 variable ABC. That means in a first term, this is a sum of product equation, but in a first term variable C is missing, and the second term variable A is missing. That's why it is not in a standard sum of product equation. So first we have to convert a standard sum of product equation by multiplying the first term with C plus C bar and second term with A plus A bar. So in the first term of the expression, the variable C is missing. In the second term, variable A is missing, and expression is not in a standard form. The standard sum of product equation can be obtained by ending the first term with the missing variable C plus C bar, and the second term with the missing variable A plus A bar. So this expression we can write like this way. Y is a function of ABC. This is equal to AB, which is multiplied with the missing variable C plus C bar, or for this second term BC bar, which is multiplied with the missing variable A plus A bar, and the third term as it is, because it is containing all the 3 variables A bar, B bar, C. Now using the Boolean-Rosen theorem distributive law, we can simplify. This is equal to ABC, second term is going to be AB C bar, third term is A B C bar, the fourth term is A bar B C bar, and the fifth term is going to be A bar, B bar, C. Corresponding to this, we can obtain the min terms. ABC for any variables in a sum of product equations, the variables uncomplemented, we can write 1, and for complemented variables, we'll write 0. So for ABC, it is nothing but 1, 1, 1, and that is nothing but a min term 7, M7. For ABC bar, for A it is going to be 1, for B it is going to be 1, and for C bar complemented, so it is going to be 0. So 1, 1, 0, the decimal equivalent is going to be 6. So this is a min term M6. Similarly, 0, 1, 0. This is the min term M2, and A bar, B bar, C, that is equal to 0, 0, 1, that is a min term M1. So we'll be having this M1. So M1 is for the location 1. So for 1 position, we'll put 1 for this min term. For min term 2, we'll put 1. For min term 6, that is location here. This is going to be, we are going to put 1. And for this M7, also we are going to put 1. So there are 4 min terms are there. 4 ones we have substituted for their corresponding location. Remaining space are going to be filled with zeros like this way. And that way, the sum of product equations can be represented on a Carnot map. So Boolean expression can be written as y is a function of ABC, that is equal to sigma 1 to 6, 7. And the Carnot map representation of the above expression is shown in a figure 3.18. Similarly, the representation of product of sums on a Carnot map, but just opposite to the previous one. Boolean expression and product of sums may or may not be in a standard form. First, it is converted into the standard product of sums form, and then zeros are entered. Instead of 1, here we are entering zeros for corresponding products, or sorry, corresponding fundamental sums in each cell corresponding to the max terms of the expression, and the remaining cells are filled with the ones. Instead of 0, the remaining space is going to be filled with ones. For example, let us take the Boolean expression y is a function of ABC. That means it is a function of 3 variables. So first fundamental sum is equal to A plus B. Second fundamental sum is B bar plus C. And third fundamental sum is A plus B bar plus C bar. This is in a first term, the variable C is missing. In the second term, variable A is missing. So this is not a standard product of sums form. So first we would convert into standard product of sums form or canonical product of sums form. In the first term, the variable C is missing. In the second term, the variable A is missing, and the expression is not in a standard product of sums form. The standard product of sums form can be obtained by ORing the first term with CC bar and the second term with AA bar. So we are writing here y is a function of ABC, that is equal to A or B like this, and that is going to be OR with the missing term, that is the product of the missing variables with its complement CC bar. CC bar is going to be 0. So anything if you are going to add with 0, nothing is going to be changed, it remains the same thing, A plus B. So that's why it is going to be added with CC bar. Similarly, the second fundamental sum is going to be added with the missing variable A. So A bar. So B bar plus C plus A bar, and the third is a standard form A plus B bar plus C. Using a distributive law, we can write here A plus B plus C and A plus B plus C bar. For this bracket, there are 2 terms are going to be generated. For this bracket, there are another 2 terms will be generated, A plus B bar plus C and A bar plus B bar plus C. That is 2 terms will be generated for the second bracket, and third bracket will be as it is A plus B bar plus C. Corresponding to each one, we can write down the max terms A plus B plus C. Here in a product of sums method, the variable is uncomplemented. Corresponding to that, we are going to put 0. So for A, it is going to be 0. For B also it is going to be 0. and for C also it is going to be 0. That means 0 0 0 binary, which is converted into decimal, that is going to be M0. So M0 is the max term corresponding to A plus B plus C. Second one is A plus B plus C bar. For A it is going to be 0, for B it is going to be 0, but for C it is complemented. So corresponding to that we are going to place 1. So 001 binary that converts into decimal is going to be 1. So this is the max term M1 corresponding to this term. Similarly, A plus B bar plus C. So 0 1 0. Corresponding to this decimal equivalent is going to be 2. So M2 max term is nothing but A plus B bar plus C. And A bar plus B bar plus C, that is going to be 1 1 0, that is considered to be M6. So the Boolean expressions can be written as y is a function of ABC, that is equal to capital pi, capital M max term 0, M0, M1, M2 and M6 are there. So corresponding to these locations 0, 1, 2 and 6, you are going to substitute zeros into the cells, and remaining space you are going to put with the ones. So the 0 location is this, where you are going to place 0. 1 location is this, where you are going to place 0. This is going to be the location 2, where you are going to place 0. And this is the location 6, where you are going to put 0. So these are the locations 0, 1, 2, 6. You are going to substitute 0, and remaining space you are going to fill with 1s. That way, the product of sums form equations can be represented into the Carnot map. Now some example related with this one. Represent the following Boolean functions by the Carnot map. Y is a function of ABCD, that is equal to ABC plus B bar CD plus BD. Convert into the standard sum of product equation. Given Boolean expression is Y is a function of ABCD, that is equal to ABC plus B bar CD plus BD. It is a 4 variable Boolean expression in a sum of product forms. Variable D is missing in the first term, variable A is missing in the second term, and variable A and C are missing in the last term. The expression not in the standard form. The standard sum of product equation can be obtained by ending the first term with D plus D bar, second term with the missing variable A plus A bar, and the last term which was missing variables A plus A bar and C plus C bar, they are going to be multiplied with these terms. And you can obtain the standard sum of product equation like this one. Y is a function of ABCD, that is equal to ABC into D plus D bar, B bar CD into A plus A bar, and BD into A plus A bar into C plus C bar. And simplifying, you are getting this number of standard main terms. Corresponding to this, each one A bar, B bar, CD, that is equal to 0 0 1 1 M3. So we are getting this number of M3 to M15 different min terms. And this Boolean expression can be represented like this. Y is a function of ABCD, that is equal to sigma small m 3 5 7. You can see that 3 5 7 11 14 13 14 and 15. Corresponding to this location, this is sum of product equation. So corresponding to this location, we are going to place 1 in the cell position. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is the location 3 where we have placed 1. 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 5 and 6 location also we have placed 1. Then for 11, 13, 14 and 11 is this. 13, 14 and 15, these are the location where we have placed 1, and remaining space is going to be filled with zeros. So K-map representation of the expression is shown in a figure this 3.20. Representation of the following Boolean expression by the K-map. Y is a function of ABCD. Here it is the product of sums equations. So there are two fundamental sums are there. They are taking the ending of them. That's why it is called product of sums equation. Convert first into the standard product of sums form. That is, in first case AB C bar is there, because it is a 4 variable to table, so D is missing, and hence D bar is going to be added here, and for the second fundamental sums B is missing, so B bar is going to be added here, and by expanding this one we get the standard product of sums equation like this one, and corresponding to this we can obtain the max term A plus B bar plus C bar plus D, this is equal to 0 0 1 0. That means this is a 2 M2. So max term M2 is going to be there, A plus B plus C bar plus D bar 0 0 1 1, this is the max term M3. A bar plus B plus C plus D bar 1 0 0 1, that is max terms M9, and A bar plus B bar plus C plus D bar, that is 1 1 0 1, this is the max term M3. So corresponding to this location 2 3 9 and 13, we are going to place 2 3 9 and 13, we are placing here 0, and remaining space are going to be filled with 1s. So opposite to the sum of product form, here the corresponding to the max term we are going to write zeros, and remaining space we are going to write with 1s. Boolean expression can be written as y is a function of ABCD, that is equal to capital Pi M2393, and Carnot map representation of the expression is shown in figure 3.21. Now the grouping of adjacent ones in a Carnot map, which we are going to study in the next lecture. Thank you very much, friends.